Welcome to Wealth Mavericks. On today's episode, we walk you through a simple but powerful exercise that will likely reframe how you're living your life right now.
Maybe you need to get out and have an adventure and go, oh yeah, life is fragile. I may not be here tomorrow. And this is a stark reminder of that. This is your opportunity. So if you start projecting forward and you're like, I'm not living the life that I want to live, today is the best day to make that decision.
Welcome back to the podcast. We're so glad you're here. I have Joe with me here today, and we're going to walk you through something that we hope will be very impactful. It was for me, Joe, when you walked me through this a couple of weeks ago on our coaching call. You, at the time, were getting ready to attend not one, but two funerals. You had lost people in your life, one older, one not so old. And you and I talk about this a lot. I think you and I both live our lives with just we know we might not have tomorrow. So we need to live every day as if it could be our last. But what we find is that a lot of people don't think like that, you know? So this exercise, wherever you fall on that spectrum of how much you think about that, it will get you thinking like that. And so, Joe, I just want to hear from you first what those losses in your life made you think about, and then walk us through the exercise that you took me through.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a fun topic for most people to think about. I think a lot of times people fear death. And I don't know that you have to necessarily fear death to be bummed out by the fact that someday you're not going to be here. That's the truth. I remember years ago, I saw a highlight from Gary Vaynerchuk, and it was him in a car, and someone comes up to the window, like, Gary V! Like, they couldn't believe that it was him. They're like, give me 3 words that'll motivate me. And he pauses for a second, and he goes, you're going to die. And it was just like, in my mind, I was like, oh, like what more could motivate you to want to live to the fullest than knowing that someday you're not going to be here? And yeah, it is very sad. One of the funerals was for a friend who truly on top of the world. I mean, sold his company, gazillion dollars, fleet of aircraft, excellent family life, deep man of faith, like all of that kind of stuff. Diagnosed, and then in a very short period of time, and he had an opportunity to plan his entire funeral. I mean, it was like he had that opportunity. There's a lot of things that are around that. I think just what it always is a stark reminder that, like, hey, got to keep this top of mind. I don't know how long you think you're going to live, but I don't feel like I'm going to live long enough to waste any time whatsoever. And so I do feel like I try to approach life that way. And obviously, I mean, if you've listened to this podcast, probably more than one episode, you know that I'm a skydiver. Cause you know how you can tell if someone's a skydiver almost immediately? They'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you.
All the time.
But I will say, the perception of what could go wrong is so catastrophic in skydiving that it is a stark reminder. Every time I drive up to the drop zone, I'm like, have I said the things I need to say to the people who I love? Have I done the things that I need? Like that kind of stuff. I think in Stoic philosophy, they call it memento mori. And it's like contemplating your death. It's this concept of this day is going to come, and what's that going to be like, and what can I do about it? So that's, I think, the simple question that should spark some thinking around this for everyone who's listening is not from a morbid standpoint, because you're not there right now, but from a philosophical standpoint. Let's say that we're at your funeral and your friends are gathered, your family is gathered, the people who are close to you are gathered, people that you've had an impact on are gathered, and someone's standing up front and they're talking about you and you're no longer there. What do you wish they would say about you, about the way you lived your life and who you were? So I would encourage everyone, pause this video right now and jot down a few notes. What do I want them to say about my life? What's that moment going to be like? After you complete that, so when I was coaching you, you went back and forth, and then I said, okay, cool. So rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 is, I know for a fact if I died today, that's what they're going to be saying about me tomorrow. A 1 is, I couldn't be further from this. I have no idea what they're going to say, whatever it might be. So that's the next step in this process, is to evaluate, how are you living now? Are you living at a 10 on that scale in the way that you want to be remembered? So pause this and I mean, honestly, take a deep moment, close your eyes, take a deep breath in. How am I living with that? What am I doing? What am I not doing? So that's the third step in this process, is to ask yourself, if I want that to be true, what do I need to start doing like now? And what do I need to stop doing? And when I have this conversation with a lot of people, it's like, I want to be remembered as a loving parent who, my kids could come to and blah, blah, blah. What do I need to stop doing? I need to stop losing my temper. I need to stop doing whatever it might be. Or I need to start spending time one on one, whatever it might be. There's a litany of things, and you know the right answer for you. My answers are good for me. Erin's answers are good for her. Your answers are good for you. What's not okay is just keep living and keep drifting. Aaron, we kind of have this new model that we talk through called the green line model at Terra Firma. It's like, if today we're in the present, and if you imagine time is going to go on, right, and you're going to hit some point, whether that's 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, whatever it might be, you're going to end up in one of two scenarios. You're either going to end up in the green up top, in an ideal scenario, or we're going to call it in the red, in what we'll call crisis. So you're either going to be an ideal or crisis, and what you do between now and then dictates where you're going to be. And the truth is, like, time is the great compounder, right? And by the way, time always wins. Like, I think when I'm, most vividly when I was hiking Long's Peak, which in Colorado, it's like one of the most intense 14ers. It's often rated number one on the 14ers list. Like, it's just epic. But there are parts that you need to change your pants. I mean, you got 1,000-foot drop. I mean, there literally every year, there are typically multiple people die doing this climb. I honestly, look it up. Like, pause this video, go look up Long's Peak, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, it's crazy. And I remember being up there, and I'm like, this mountain doesn't care. This thing's freaking been here forever, and it's going to be here forever, right? It's had winds, it's had snow, it's had rain, it's had sleet, it's had all these things, and it's still standing. I will not be, right? Time is that great equalizer. It's always going to win. And I think oftentimes people think that their growth or the decline is on a straight line trajectory, and it's just not. Like, it is, time will bend things. So when you look at the curve of, like, doing the right thing today, you take care of your teeth today, brush your teeth, do all that we do, brush and floss your teeth. If you do that, great, you take care of your teeth. If you don't, if you stop doing that, your teeth are going to fall out of your head. Right? And it's going to happen, like, progressively getting worse. Right? So that's what I'm saying, like, the compounding effect of these decisions that we make day in, day out. So if you kind of imagine going all the way back to today, knowing that the curve up and the curve down are going to happen today, although you may feel in chaos right now, is the closest to that green line that you're ever going to be. And so making those decisions today, how you live your life, what you do, this is your opportunity. So if you start projecting forward and you're like, I'm not living the life that I want to live, I'm not living in a way that people are going to say the things that I'd want said, today is the best day to make that decision. So I think all in all, if you go through that exercise and you're living at a 10, first of all, join us on the podcast. We need to hear what you're doing, because those stories inspire people. They truly do. And people want to hear from that. If you're not, just rewind and just ask yourself that question. What do I need to start doing, or what do I need to stop doing so that I can live my life in that way?
I love it. It really stuck with me. So thank you. I hope that our listeners find value in it. And I would just add, to not put it off until someday, because people, I think, look into the future and they'll think, well, when I have more time, or when I'm working less, or when my kids are a little bit older, or whatever it is, then I will do the thing. Well, you can't live like that, because as we know, tomorrow may never come, and today is the shot that we've got. So get on that green line, get on that upward trajectory instead of the downward one. Because like you said, today is as close as you'll ever get. So
Right. Well, and last thing on this. So, and I'm sure we'll do a whole other episode just on the green line trajectory. People don't fall off the green line. So if you imagine you're kind of living up into what you're wanting, compounding over time, those are like typically daily habits. They're things that you've got to do. It's beautiful. You don't fall off that green line. You behave your way off that green line. And it's usually those small things that just add up over time. And so just, again, take a moment of introspection and ask yourself these things. Write it down. Write down your list. At least have some, start from somewhere. And then if you don't have those kinds of things that make you need to change your pants from time to time, maybe you need to get out and have an adventure and go, oh yeah, life is fragile. I may not be here tomorrow. And this is a stark reminder of that. So
Love it. Thank you for sharing that, Joe. Doc, we hope you enjoyed it. And like Joe said, we hope that you will actually pause and do it. Don't just hear it and think, oh, that's a good thought, and then move on. Do it and absorb it and live from that. If I were to die tomorrow, what do I hope people would say about me? And would they actually say it? And if not, the best time to make a change is today. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Until next time, go be a wealth maverick.